I signed a picture for Bibi a long time ago. I said, Bibi, I don't agree with the damn thing you say, but I love you.
President Joe Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, I would say it's not a love story right now. Biden and Netanyahu go back decades. Some people say they're friends, but they're also very aware of each other's political limits. And Netanyahu has, over the years, not been reliable when it comes to promoting the idea of a two-state solution. As he has tried to stay in power, he has gone further and further to the right in Israeli politics, aligning himself with more right-wing types of groups to the point where some of the policies he's now supporting have deeply troubled Biden. Prior to October 7th, Netanyahu wanted to support the massive overhaul of Israel's judiciary, which would have essentially taken off the only check on the Israeli government. Biden, he was careful about how he said it, but he did not think this was a good idea. And then October 7th happened. Hamas had basically put Netanyahu and Biden on the same side again. Biden bear hugged Netanyahu. He, within days, went to Israel. Over time, Biden did say other things to the Israelis, like, look, don't overreact in this war. Be careful about human rights.
The conduct of the response in the Gaza Strip has been over the top.
As the time has gone on, he's become much more vocal and much more concerned about what he sees as major mistakes that Israel is making. The Israeli military ended up killing 7 aid workers belonging to the World Central Kitchen. When that happened, Biden really was angry with Netanyahu and made it extremely clear that the US was willing to make major changes in its policy toward Israel if they did not reshape the way they were approaching the war. And then there was the operation in Rafah.
This victory requires entry into Rafah and the elimination of the terrorist battalions there.
Many people there have been displaced. They need to be protected.
Israel wanted to stage a massive operation into Rafah. Biden made it clear that he did not want Israel to do one of these major operations.
If they go into Rafah, I'm not supplying the weapons that have been used historically to deal with Rafah.
Biden's decision to withhold some weapons from Israel because of the Rafah situation upset many Israelis, including Netanyahu. They call it a mistake. There have been fewer civilian casualties, but what they haven't done really is adjust the humanitarian aid so that these people who are leaving the city can have food and water and shelter in the places that they're fleeing to. Biden sees the US being a friend trying to help Israel do the right thing. Israeli leaders might say, oh, we can do this alone, but it would be harder for them to do it alone. And so having a good relationship with the American president really does matter. Biden did give a speech unveiling an Israeli proposal to have a ceasefire that hopefully could lead to a permanent end to the war.
Israel has offered a comprehensive new proposal.
Biden and his aides, in every statement, they'll make sure to say, this is Israel's idea, it is Israel's idea. Netanyahu and his aides responded with statements that were really ambiguous and not committed to the proposal. His 2 far-right coalition partners have said they'll leave if this deal goes through. Biden doesn't think Netanyahu is the leader that Israel needs right now. But that's not really something he's going to publicly say because he has to work with the guy. Overall, I think even a frosty but cordial but still frosty relationship between Benjamin Netanyahu and Joe Biden could really add to instability in the Middle East.